Buenos dias. My name is Miguel Santana, and I'm the president and CEO of Fairplex. Welcome to the Innovation Village at Cal Poly Pomona, the future site of Amazon Polyplex. Today marks a new beginning for our community. We are here with an audacious group of community leaders who are saying it's about time that Pomona is considered for something as big as this. When we first looked at the RFP that Amazon released just a few weeks ago, Fairplex and Cal Poly Pomona decided that while each one of us can submit competitive bids on our own, it makes a lot more sense to benefit our community if we did it together.
Yes.
So I have a checklist of the kinds of things that Amazon is looking for. And if you look at this list objectively, Amazon Polyplex hits the mark on every single one. We are near 1 million people. In fact, we are at the center of 18 million people. We have a stable and business-friendly city and community. We are the place where we generate the next generation of workers. We are near major public transportation, including 2 GO Line station and 2 Metrolink stations. And most of all, we have the land. Between Cal Poly and Fairplex, we far exceed the land that Amazon is looking for. We are very fortunate that Cal Poly and Fairplex are not doing this on their own. We're doing it with this incredible community coalition that has come together in an unprecedented way. Leading our effort, we are very fortunate to have our county supervisor, Hilda Solis. I've had the privilege of knowing Supervisor Solis for nearly 30 years, and she has always been an advocate for the San Gabriel Valley. So please join me in welcoming Supervisor Solis.
Thank you, Miguel, and good morning to everyone. What an exciting time to be here in Pomona Valley, and the San Gabriel Valley. This is a dream come true for many of us, and I want to thank everyone here that has come together so quickly. And I really want to salute Miguel Santana from Fairplex, and also our president from Cal Poly Pomona, Corey, for also making sure that we are united. This is a dream that many of us have had for many, many years, making sure that we put the focus on the Pomona Valley, because there is a rich and diverse treasure, a human resource that's right here. And how appropriate that we're here today at Innovation Village. I have to tell you that it is unique to have 2 locations. While they may not be adjacent neighbors, they are neighbors because they cover the region. So remember, underscore how important it is to talk about the regional impact. Both of them will contribute about 100 acres each, if not more, from their respective sites. And they're going to continue to help transform our communities. You know, Amazon needs to pay attention because there's a lot of cities that transverse in this particular area, and many of those locations have a wealth of resource to also offer, not only providing good affordable housing, but also outlets for their children, and safety, and a good environment. Just look at the weather, how nice it is compared to back east and in other parts of the country. I just want to tell you a personal story though. I spent a good 4 years here on this campus at Cal Poly Pomona, and I can tell you that they do produce some of the highest caliber graduates around the state. In fact, they have a track record for sending many of their graduates and their folks that come out of our science and engineering programs to Caltech and JPL. How about that, Amazon? So we are looking at some of the best and the brightest. The Claremont colleges are adjacent, as well as Mount SAC and some of our other very important institutions, as well as our public high schools. Pomona Unified, where we have people at the helm that are pushing the envelope for our students to learn. And we're not talking about something that's an afterthought. It's happening right now. You can't beat the weather, and by the way, you can't beat a winning team like the Dodgers. And I know we can make Amazon feel right at home here. And I want to send a message and invite Mr. Jeff Bezos to visit Pomona and to visit our region, because I know when he sees this place, he will know that it is a gem. Mr. Bezos, I both share a common thread, and that is the preservation of DACA, the DREAM Act, and the protection of those dreamers. Those are our future generations that are going to help guide this country. And we both understand that the future begins in education with young people. And why not here on institutions like Cal Poly Pomona, Fairplex, where you also have workforce training programs and many opportunities. I look forward to working with all of you, and I'm so proud to represent this area as your County Board of Supervisor. But I don't stand alone. I stand on the shoulders of everyone else that has made this happen and has made this area so vibrant. I'm happy to also serve as a member of Metro, because when Miguel talked about transportation, we're going to see new lines, rail lines. We're going to see more efficiency. We're going to see a cut down on our carbon footprint, but we're also going to see a creation of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs. And that to me is the bottom line. So I just want to say thank you for all being here. Let's give a big shout out to this combination, these families coming together. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. In case you didn't know why this is important, to give you context, what Amazon is looking for is a place to house the next generation of workers, 50,000 jobs over a period of decades. Imagine how transformative that would be for our community, with the annual compensation exceeding $100,000. We're very fortunate that right here in this community, we have one of the most prestigious and strong institutions that's producing, in fact, that generation of new workers. Dr. Coley is one of those individuals, one of those leaders who's forward thinking. She is not only creating the next generation, but she's training them to be adaptive and to figure out how to be resilient as the nature of work is changing. Please join me in welcoming the president of Cal Poly Pomona, Dr. Coley.
Good morning. I too want to thank you for being here on this very special occasion. We're joining forces with the Fairplex, the City of Pomona, the County of Los Angeles, in proposing to Amazon a unique opportunity to tap into the enormous potential of this region, where innovation and creativity and opportunity abound. Cal Poly Pomona, as you probably know, is among the best public universities in the West and is nationally ranked for helping students achieve economic success. As a polytechnic university, we have a distinct model of hands-on education that teaches our students to adapt, to collaborate, and succeed in an ever-changing world, which makes them the kind of employees that Amazon values. When our graduates enter their professions, they have a clear advantage in already having real-world experiences. We are a leader in engineering, business, architecture, hospitality management, agriculture, environmental design, computer science, and computer information systems. We also offer a strong liberal arts foundation. Our students know how to collaborate, communicate, work in teams, think critically, and solve problems. They are resilient and they take nothing for granted. Here are just a few examples of what distinguishes Cal Poly Pomona and our students. Our 65-acre Innovation Village Research Park, which is where we're gathered today, is a prime example of partnerships with public agencies and private industry. Our major tenants include Southern California Edison and the American Red Cross. Our Student Innovation Idea Lab serves as an incubator for new ideas that will be brought to market. In fact, some of our students have already patented their ideas and are going to market. Business faculty and students are working with IBM to expand Watson's cybersecurity data. Agricultural students are conducting research on the Asian citrus psyllid, which poses a major threat to citrus crops across the country. The College of Engineering has a $1.67 million grant to build a rocket, and our students plan to make Cal Poly Pomona the first university in space. We are a university on the move, preparing our students for the future of work and human engagement. And inclusivity is one of our core values, and our campus reflects the diversity of America's future. We strongly believe that diversity is critical to innovation and success in today's global marketplace. Cal Poly Pomona is prepared to work with Amazon to create an Amazon Institute for Research and Innovation that would enable students, faculty, and Amazon employees to collaborate on a wide range of research projects. In addition, Amazon would have access to university research facilities, cultural events, and other elements of campus life. If Amazon wants to get up and running quickly, Innovation Village is the place, as we have an array of longer range options to consider as a partnership campus. The possibilities are limited only by our imagination, and let me tell you, our imagination is expansive. And beyond our campus borders, this region is notable for its high-quality colleges, universities, and graduate schools, with many ranked among the nation's best. The presidents of these colleges and universities are on board with us to meet Amazon's need for skilled employees. Last year, the colleges and universities within a 50-mile radius awarded 200,000 degrees. Boston is often called America's college town, but in just a 30-mile radius, we have more institutions of higher education. Pomona is truly the convergence of innovation, creativity, and opportunity. We are confident that our combined talent, our knowledge, and our resources, as well as our local, national, and global partnerships, can exceed Amazon's requirements for its second headquarters.
Thank you, Dr. Coley. Last night, I had the opportunity to spend the evening at Pomona Art Walk. How many of you have been there? An amazing experience. It is very clear that our community is going through a major renaissance, led by creativity and the arts and hard work and the spirit of entrepreneurship. We are very fortunate to have with us our mayor, Tim Sandoval, who is leading that effort. I was just sharing with the mayor that it's hard to find elected officials who are more authentic than he is. He really cares. And so please join me in welcoming our mayor, Tim Sandoval.
Good morning. Good morning. And I have to ask you, are you ready to bring Amazon to Pomona? Yes. Before I share a few words on why Pomona, as is evident by everyone who's here, this is a collaborative team effort. And I want to pay special thanks to a number of folks, including the Fairplex and the leadership of Miguel Santana, also the leadership of Dr. Coley, president of Cal Poly Pomona, Supervisor Hilda Solis, the county, I also want to acknowledge our locally elected officials who are here today on a Monday morning, and we know that you have a ton of things to do. I want to acknowledge my council colleague, Gina Escobar. Also our local mayors, Don Kendrick from the city of Laverne, and also Larry Schrader from the city of Claremont. We have two representatives from Three Valleys Water District, including John Mendoza and Carlos Goitia. Thank you for being here. And while he's not an elected official, he has been the heart, very much the heart of the city of Pomona through his incredible effort through Pomona Unified School District, and that's Richard Martinez. Back in 1980, my parents moved to Pomona. And my parents had been renters their whole life. They never imagined that they could own a home. And I still remember my dad telling me that he met a woman at the district, and he asked her, where are some neighborhoods you think I could rent in? And she goes, Miguel, you're a professional now. You can actually afford a home. Let me help you. My husband's a real estate agent. And so my parents bought their very first home in Pomona in 1980. And one of the things that you should know about Pomona, it's an incredibly welcoming city. It has always been welcoming, albeit messy at times, but incredibly welcoming to African Americans. I remember as a kid growing up and seeing kids from Cambodia, Vietnam, and the mass migration of Latinos, particularly from the civil wars that were happening in Guatemala and El Salvador, and the Mexican population that was fleeing the countryside. And Pomona has been a welcoming place for an incredibly diverse population. Today, those immigrants whose children are coming through our school systems need opportunities, because these kids are staying local and going to amazing institutions like Laverne, Cal Poly Pomona, Mount San Antonio Community College, UCLA, and they're also going to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford. Kids from Pomona Unified School District here in our community. And we must do everything we possibly can to ensure that we create the opportunities for them to remain and to also come back to Pomona and to participate in what we call this global economy. So I'm incredibly excited that we've been able to come together to put together a proposal to bring Amazon to the city of Pomona. And I concur with Miguel. Do we have the freeways to accommodate Amazon?
Yeah.
Do we have the rail to accommodate Amazon?
Yes.
Do we have the academic institutions to accommodate Amazon?
Yes.
And I know we have the largest port in North America and one of the largest ports in the world. But I also believe we have the leadership to ensure that Amazon makes an incredibly successful transition to Pomona and to the region of Los Angeles. And so I ask you, are we ready for Amazon?
Yeah.
Let's try that one more time. Are we ready for Amazon?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Thank you.
Not only are we going to be submitting this on behalf of this community, but this proposal will also be submitted by our state. And here representing the state of California, we have two elected officials. Senator Connie Leyva was elected to this community in 2014, but she has a long established history fighting for good paying jobs in our region. Please join me in welcoming our Senator Connie Leyva.
Good morning, Pomona. Oh my gosh, isn't this an exciting day? Not a lot of awesome things come along all the time. This is amazing. I want to completely agree with President Santana that we check off everything here in Pomona. But I think what is really vitally important is that of all the things that we check off, We have the people. We have the young people and the young minds at Cal Poly Pomona, but we also have people in the city of Pomona, in this region, in the Inland Empire, who have an outstanding work ethic, people who give their heart and soul to what they do every day. So what I would say to Amazon, you could not pick a better place, because we have the people power for you. But there's more. We have something else. You heard Dr. Coley talk about collaboration. One of the most exciting things and one of the most vital things you need in any project is a group of people who are willing to work together. And not only are all of us willing to work together, we enjoy working together. And no one is worried about who gets the credit. Everyone you see up here is worried about, what do we do best for our community? How do we take care of Pomona and the surrounding communities? And no one cares if it's their name that is put forward. So I am very excited to be here. And as your legislator, I stand ready to do whatever I need to do in Sacramento. And I'm pretty sure Assemblymember Rodriguez feels the same way. Anything that we need to do in Sacramento to help Amazon be successful here, we are ready. Thank you for having me. What an exciting day for Pomona and the Inland Empire.
Assemblymember Freddie Rodriguez grew up down the street. We're in his community. And you're not going to find a bigger champion than him in making sure that our community is treated with respect and gets the kind of services it deserves. Please join me in welcoming our Assembly Member, Freddie Rodriguez.
Wow, you know, it's an honor to be here, but most importantly, it's an honor to see everybody here from the community together. We got the business organizations, we have all the other elected officials here, the College of Education, the Fairplex City of Pomona. What a better group of people to work to show that Pomona is open and ready for business. You know, this takes me back to a moment in time. I want to know if anybody remembers General Dynamics when they were in Pomona. Can anybody raise their hand? And didn't it seem like when General Dynamics was here, either you worked at General Dynamics or you knew somebody that worked at General Dynamics, right? So I look back, fast forward to now, we have an opportunity. I know it's not General Dynamics, but it's Amazon. Amazon, that we can look back and say, we have Amazon here in our community, that we know somebody, or maybe one of us in this audience can say that we work at Amazon. So we have the opportunity, we have the education, we have all the components together. But one thing I must say that to Amazon in general is, Amazon, we are ready and we are primed to be the right fit for campus. We have the policies, we have a plan, but most importantly, we have a strong and dedicated workforce, a workforce that will help support families and dreams right here in Pomona and the Inland Empire. So with that, I want to thank everybody for coming here today. And I know one thing we didn't mention, we talk about the rail, the infrastructure. We have an airport as well, close here, that can help bring all those products here. So once again, thank you all for being here.
Fairplex is proudly headquarters in the city of Pomona, but we also are in the city of Laverne, right on the north part of the campus. And with us today is the mayor of Laverne, Don Kendrick. Now, the Mayor Kendrick plays multiple roles for us because he's been leading the effort in Laverne really to make sure that they're ready for the gold line. Even before the funding was secured, the city has been putting together a plan to use transit as a vehicle for economic development. But he also has a special relationship with us here at Fairplex. He is a member of the association and also a member of the board of directors of the learning centers. And I have to tell you, I've been so heartened by his commitment to ensure that the learning centers become a place where we educate and provide vocational training to the next generation. And we're going to need that learning center when Amazon locates their second headquarters here. Please join me in welcoming Mayor of Laverne, Don Kendrick.
Thank you, Miguel. I was born in Pomona a long time ago. Did happen to go to, when I left the hospital, I went to Laverne to grow up. but all my Cub Scout and Boy Scout uniforms came to were John P. Evans in Pomona. Pomona was an integral part of every single person that lived in Laverne and the surrounding communities, because Pomona is the largest and one of the most amazing cities there is. And Freddie talked about General Dynamics, and I agree, General Dynamics was great, but the defense spending has gone, and the diversification has come in to Pomona and to Laverne and to the other communities around. Laverne is one of 28 cities in the San Gabriel Valley. Jeff Allred, who leads the partnership and helps with this, is committed to the San Gabriel Valley and to Amazon. When the Gold Line came in, they changed the name and it became the Brain Train. So places all the community colleges, University of Laverne, which our president, Devorah Lieberman, is here today, my city. Thanks for being here, Devorah. And Cal Poly and all the Claremont colleges, and Citrus and Mount Sac, and all the schools that are represented in the San Gabriel Valley creates that brain train. That is going to be needed when Amazon relocates to here. Laverne is very much behind and supports the economic development, especially Amazon coming in. Miguel mentioned a little bit about what I call CTEC. It's a Career and Technical Education Center. I'm one of the two founders of that program, founded almost 10 years ago. And we are going to be educating hundreds of people right now, and we will be graduating in skill sets over hundreds of people every single year for this region in the employment. So it's not just the college graduates that are going to be here and contribute, but all the other skill sets that we need to sustain this region and to help Amazon be successful in this region. So thank you very much for coming. I look forward to having each and every one of you as part of CTEC. Miguel.
So in 1991, I first came to the city of Claremont. I fell in love with that community and decided to raise my family there. We're very fortunate that we have with us the mayor of Claremont, Mayor Larry Schrader.
I appreciate everyone coming today. I just wanted to be here to say that the city of Claremont supports our neighbor Pomona in this effort. We need the jobs. As I told Mayor Sandoval, you bring the jobs, we'll house those people, entertain those people, we will feed those people. And along with the University of Laverne and Cal Poly Pomona, both of which I've taught at, we will also help educate those people. So please, support that effort, and Amazon, please come to our area. Thank you.
For 95 years, the LA County Fair has existed to provide entertainment and commerce and entrepreneurship to Southern California. We've also been the place where thousands of small business men and women have developed and have shared their products to a new market. In many ways, we were the original QVC. It is in our mission to connect entrepreneurs with consumers, and we've been doing it for 95 years. In addition to that, we create an amazing educational opportunity for the millions of visitors that come to our campus every day. And we also know how to have a lot of fun. That is why the board of directors of Fairplex gave us the green light to submit this proposal. And we are ready and very proud to be part of this coalition. Economic development really starts within each of us. When we think of ourselves as worthy, as a community, to have one of the largest, most significant and transformative business on earth located right here. What you see in front of you will not end today. In fact, regardless of the outcome of this process, we are convinced that this is just the beginning for the kind of economic development that this community deserves. There are a few other folks here that I want to make sure to acknowledge who have been very central to this program and to putting this proposal together. Keep in mind, we've only had about 6 weeks to do it. It's gone from idea to sitting down, asking ourselves, can we do it? Putting a team together, and then getting it done. And so the first person who said, yes, we can do it, is Mr. Tom Shea standing over there. You know, I call him the godfather of this community, because whenever there's something important going on, you know it's important because Tom's in the room. We've also had this incredible coalition of healthcare professionals and educational leaders. And then, of course, early when we made this decision, we were led by the president of Laverne, Devorah Lieberman. Thank you, Devorah. And also by the leadership of Pomona Valley Hospital Medical Center. With us is Jim Dale. Where are you, Jim? Thank you. As well as Western University and Casa Colina. And making sure that the entire San Gabriel Valley and Inland Empire has been on board. We've been very fortunate to have Jeff Elred, the president of the San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership, working with us. I want to thank the team that helped put this together, both Fairplex and Cal Poly. There are hundreds of emails that have been exchanged, countless number of hours that have been put together. It's been a real collaborative team effort, and we're very proud of the proposal that we've laid out. I think Mayor Sandoval announced most of our elected officials, but I do see our member of the Pomona School Board, Roberta Perlman. Please join me in welcoming her. So at this time, we'll be happy to answer any questions from the members of the press who are here with us. We're also going to be available to do interviews one-on-one. Do you have a question?
We haven't seen the plan yet, but can you just run down, are there multiple sites? What is the number of sites? Where are they specifically located?
So, as we said from the onset, Fairplex and Cal Poly have enough land, enough assets, where we would be competitive if we submitted 2 separate proposals. But when Dr. Coley and I had an opportunity to connect, we decided that it would be much more transformative for this community if we submitted it together. And the reason we're doing that is because we're interested in doing more than attracting Amazon. We're interested in creating a community where you could live, work, play, and learn. And you need a lot of land to do that, so that our community that's already here benefits from the incredible investment, $5 billion investment that Amazon will be making here to create an integrated community. And so what we're doing is submitting a proposal that creates a new model of economic development, where the people who are eating at the restaurants are living next to the people working at the restaurants, where we're training people from entry-level positions to the highest levels in management. And so we know together we could do that. So we're making our sites available, and we're asking Amazon to join us in developing this community. Any other questions? Okay, so we do have an opportunity to, we're going to be submitting our proposal. So why don't we stand up here? representing Fairplex, a cow. So why doesn't everyone join us as we all say, join us to Mr. Bezos? Why doesn't everyone who's been part of the effort, please come and join us back here. Sadiq, Tom, yes, there you are. Aaron, Deborah, please join us. So we're taking this. We're going to send this message directly to Mr. Bezos. Everyone say join us, okay? 1, 2, 3. Join us!
Got it. Good job. There you go. I want shade. I want shade. See, I lost the pound there.
This is Fred Van Allen, First Team Real Estate. Christie's wrapping up here at Cal Poly Pomona Innovation Village, where the press conference was just held for the Amazon RFP for the request for proposal for Amazon to have headquarters number 2 here in Pomona, California. This is Fred Van Allen, First Team Real Estate. Christie's, if you're interested in selling your home, reach out to me. If you want to sit down and have a cup of coffee and see how you can help Pomona be a better place, or if you want to sit down with me and talk about the market and the trends, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. I love Pomona. Support Pomona. Go Amazon.